Hey everyone, and welcome to the start of Module 2 of your Strategic Management course. Right now you're looking at the student view of your classroom, and we're going to take a few moments to go ahead through what is required of you for the week. If you notice that under discussion forums, the Module 2 discussion forum titled Competitive Advantage has popped up, we'll go back into looking at what the specific requirements are there in a moment. In order to access all of your Module 2 readings and assignments, you'll go to Lessons and you'll see that Week 2 has popped up, which is titled Managing Strategically. Many of you are familiar with what is required of managing strategically, as we noticed that a lot of our peers have had experience in the military. As far as the objectives for Module 2, by the end of this week, you're going to be able to define what is competitive advantage. You're going to be able to describe the different perspectives of competitive advantage, explain what makes organizational resources unique, as well as discuss the concept of temporary competitive advantage. Depending on the industry you're in, these definitions and perspectives will differ, so please keep in mind when we are covering different topic areas that they might change depending on your field, but the general basics will remain the same. As far as the assignments that you have for the week, this tab will give you an overview. You'll need to read Chapter 2 of your Strategic Management in Action. If you've not yet received your textbook, there is an electronic version of the readings by clicking here. You have a little piece to read on critical success factors, as well as a presentation to view titled The Context of Managing Strategically. As far as what you're going to turn in, you've got a case study, and then you're going to need to complete the company selection for your strategic management plan. Okay, this is the critical success factors link I mentioned on the previous screen, as well as the presentation link I mentioned. As far as the Week 2 case study, if you click on here, this will direct you to read case study number 3 at the end of Chapter 2. You'll need to answer the questions from your textbook in reference to case study 3. So again, if you've not yet received your text, you'll need to go into the link in the assignment overview, which says click here to access the readings. You'll notice here that you are required to use APA to cite sources and reference your sources, such as the textbook, and you are welcome to use external sources, but please do not use Wikipedia. When you're completed with answering the questions, you want to click on the blue link on the bottom here for accessing the Dropbox. Now, in addition to the case study, I had mentioned that you're going to need to turn in a company selection for your strategic management plan. In the introduction section, it'll show you an overview of what is going to be required throughout the course. This is a project that will be turned in week by week and then eventually compiled into your final plan. You'll notice that the final project is due in week 10 of the course. So for this week, you're just going to be doing an introduction, basically discussing what company you're choosing and why. During week 4, you'll be going over the SWOT analysis, which there will be a live presentation to help you understand a real live example of how this can be used. Week 6, strategy selection, strategy formulation and implementation, and then finally in week 10, your final plan. All of these components will build upon one another, and again your final plan will be a compilation of each of these individual activities. You'll notice here it also tells you that your final plan must be 5 to 7 pages long, and that does not include your title page or reference page. So in regards to the company selection, as I mentioned, you want to write about this week which company you're choosing and why, It states 1 to 2 paragraphs giving a brief description of the organization. If it is an organization of your own that you wish to develop, you don't have to put the company name. However, if you are doing that in order to use sources, you want to find a comparable business in order to justify why you're choosing certain ideas. If you are choosing a business that's in existence, please make sure to use their name in the document so I know who you're referring to. And then you also have your week 2 discussion on competitive advantage, as I mentioned. So the 3 things you'll be turning in this week are your case study, your company selection, and then your initial response and peer responses to the discussion forum. Please remember, if you need anything, you can always email me, or there is the office hours on Fridays. If you go to the calendar, you'll see the office hours for this class are 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're in a different section of this course, please make sure to check your calendar for the specific office hours. If you need anything, please let me know, and have a great week.